Ahoy scallywags, Trusten here to talk to you about Siren Shrines today, and how you can make the most out of your time in Sea of Thieves with the Coral Message in a Bottle. Siren Shrines are areas around the map of Sea of Thieves that lead to the Sunken Kingdom. Each shrine has a different purpose. There is combat, parkour, puzzle solving, and sometimes a mix of all three. At the end of the shrine, there is a boatload of treasure, and the Coral Message in a Bottle will get you the breath of the sea. Coral Message in a Bottle can be found in a variety of locations. The most common place that I've found them have been at shores of various islands. I found them at Thieves Haven, Snake Island, Castaway, just to name a few. You can also find them by looking for the birds in the sky as you're sailing. There is a chance of them spawning in the Barrels of Plenty, as well as shipwrecks, which can both be found by following the birds. Once you pick up your Coral Message in a Bottle, you want to read the quest that it's given to you. For this example, we are headed to the Treasury of the Lost Ancients. We take a look at our map. We've got a Reaper 1 right in front of us. I'm not too worried about him. And if we continue on our way, the Lost Ancients is pretty far southwest. So these are a good idea to pick up and handle as you're doing other quests. It is worth noting that each region, with the exception of the Roar, has 2 sea shrines. So up here in the wilds, we have the Shrine of Hungering, which I think is my favorite because it encompasses everything that Siren Shrines have to offer. We have the Secret Wilds, and then in Shores of Plenty, we have the Coral Tomb, Sunken Shores, and then way down where we're going in Ancient Isles, we have Shrine of Tribute and the Lost Ancients. As you approach Sea Shrines, that's hard to say, really, y'all should try it. As you approach the Siren Shrines, you'll notice the glow coming out of the water. That is the shrine itself. The shrine is underwater and you have to dive down to it. One thing that you want to keep in mind when you're doing these is that you will be off your ship. So that means other people will be able to take advantage of you or your ship because you will be underneath the water for about 15 minutes completing these puzzles. Sometimes when you have larger crews on brigs or galleons, if you decide to do these, people will keep one person on board. But when you're solo slooping, you just kind of go for it. As you dive down, you'll dive pretty deep. You'll be able to see the location very soon. But don't worry, you won't ever run out of breath. Let me rephrase that. If you swim down and enter the shrine, you won't run out of breath. But if you stay down here, obviously, you need to breathe. And most shrines, when you come down here, will have little bubble vents like this one. So you'll be able to breathe when you get down here. And this entrance right here has a little, I don't know what those are called, Kraken skulls? Something like that. You shoot, and then you're able to enter the shrine. Alright, it looks like this shrine is going to be a combat-related shrine, so pick up your Disney stick, and let's move. We have Disney sticks spread all around here. That sounds like the first wave. And after you are victorious, water will flood. It's on to round 2. I got blown up by kegs, as you guys just saw there. Don't worry, if you do die, like I just did, you actually spawn back in the Siren Shrine. So it's not that big of a deal. Granted, it just takes more time to complete the shrine itself. Oh, we got the Treasury Vault Master here. There we go. Finished off the Treasury Vault Master, and now it's time for our just rewards. And there it is, our Breath of the Sea. This one is worth 6,000. Something to note about the Breath of the Sea is that if you are the only person in your crew, and say somebody else has followed you down here, they've waited for you to complete whatever task you were completing, no one can see that until you pick it up. So that's something worth noting. Also, our friendly merperson here will store all of our treasures for us. We can just stuff them in them, and then we can use the merperson to teleport back to the ship when we're ready. Another thing worth noting is that if you fill up treasure chests and put them in here, they only count as one item versus the 4 that it would take otherwise. Of course, we got our lovely chest of the tributes. And there, when you're done, you should have around 18 items. So I have 13 plus all the Disney sticks if I wanted to store them, and then about 3 chests. Not bad for about 15 minutes of work, 20 with the death. So let's return to the ship. So as I said before, when going down there, if you're by yourself or no one is left on the ship, you can get sunk. And as you can see, I was sunk. Not a big deal. We'll just head on back. And as we approach, you can see our friendly merman, merlady, merperson here. We actually just ran over. Whoops. So I'm just going to get in position here to harpoon all this stuff in. But when you talk to the merperson, all your treasure that you put in there is going to be released. So again, doesn't matter that I was sunk. As we collect our treasure, it will swim down, go grab our treasure, and it'll all float up just like that. Just like that, easy 6,000. If you had a higher emissary rank, you would get much, much more. And of course, can't forget about your ancient chest of tributes. Which is another 3,600. So in total, with a coral message in a bottle, you would get over 1,100. Plus you have all these other chests, and there's a bunch of accommodations for selling these chests. Speaking of accommodations. Well, my fellow sea dogs, this is where I say goodbye. I hope you learned something today. I hope you enjoyed yourself. Stay tuned for my Everything Emissaries video coming out next week.